Welcome to our channel, where we unveil chilling mysteries and the dark truths of Hollywood. Child stars who once shined brightly on screen, young prodigies seemingly destined for greatness. Yet they vanished too soon. Sudden accidents, horrifying crimes, unexplained deaths. What really happened? Who fell victim to these tragic fates? Here, we take you deep into the most shocking stories, jaw-dropping events, and hidden secrets that Hollywood doesn't want you to know. Brace yourself, because the truths we uncover will send shivers down your spine. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications now so you don't miss a single story. The mysteries are waiting to be revealed. Are you ready? Aaliyah. The fateful flight in the Bahamas. The tragedy of a music angel. On August 25, 2001, the music world was devastated by the news that Aaliyah, a talented singer and actress, had tragically passed away in a horrific plane crash in the Bahamas. She was only 22 years old, at the peak of her career, with a bright future ahead. But fate had a cruel plan. The Cessna 402B aircraft carrying her and her team crashed just minutes after takeoff, killing everyone on board. Her sudden passing not only left fans heartbroken, but also raised countless questions. How could such a short flight turn into a catastrophe? Could this tragedy have been prevented? Aaliyah Dana Houghton was born on January 16, 1979, and showed artistic talent from a young age. With her sweet voice and captivating R&B style, she quickly rose to fame with her debut album Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, 1994, at just 15 years old. Songs like Back and Forth and At Your Best, You Are Love made her a standout young music icon. She continued her success with the albums One in a Million, 1996, and Aaliyah, 2001, solidifying her place as the new queen of R&B. Beyond music, she ventured into acting, impressing audiences with her leading role in Romeo Must Die and preparing to star as the vampire queen in Queen of the Damned. But just as her career was soaring, that fateful trip to the Bahamas cut everything short. On August 24, 2001, Aaliyah and her team arrived in the Bahamas to film the music video for Rock the Boat, a track from her latest album. After completing the shoot, instead of waiting for their scheduled flight the next day, they decided to return to the U.S. earlier. They chartered a small Cessna 402B aircraft, but there was a serious concern. The pilot had warned that the plane was overloaded. Despite this, the flight took off. But just minutes later, disaster struck. The plane failed to maintain altitude, lost control, and crashed in a fiery explosion. By the time rescue teams arrived, all 9 people on board, including Aaliyah, had not for that tragic flight. How far would Aaliyah have gone in her career? Would she have reached the legendary status of Beyoncé or Rihanna? We will never know. But one thing is certain, Aaliyah left behind an unforgettable legacy in music history. Do you remember Aaliyah? What's your favorite song of hers? Leave a comment and share your memories of this talented but tragic artist. Tupac Shakur. The Unsolved Murder, Hip-Hop's Greatest Mystery. On September 7, 1996, in Las Vegas, Tupac Shakur, one of the greatest rappers of all time, was shot multiple times while sitting in a car with producer Suge Knight. 6 days later, on September 13, 1996, he took his last breath in the hospital at just 25 years old. Tupac's death not only shook the hip-hop world, but also became one of the most mysterious cases in music history. Who really killed Tupac? What was the motive? And why, after more than 2 decades, has the perpetrator still not been brought to justice? Tupac Amaru Shakur was more than just a rapper. He was a poet, actor, and cultural icon. Born in 1971, Tupac showed extraordinary talent early on, using music to tell tragic stories about street life, social injustice, and the dark corners of American society. Songs like Dear Mama, Changes, Hail Mary, and California Love cemented his legacy as a legend. But alongside his talent, Tupac was also known for personal conflicts and the intense East Coast-West Coast rap rivalry. In 1994, he was shot in New York but survived, further escalating his feud with Biggie Smalls, the notorious B.I.G. Then, 2 years later, tragedy struck for real. On the night of September 7, 1996, Tupac and Suge Knight attended the Mike Tyson vs. Bruce Seldon boxing match at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. After the fight, Tupac and Suge got into a physical altercation with Orlando Anderson, a member of a rival gang. Later that night, Tupac and Suge left in a black BMW, unaware that they were being followed. As they stopped at an intersection, a white Cadillac suddenly pulled up. The window rolled down, and gunfire erupted, piercing through the night. Tupac was hit 4 times, with 1 bullet puncturing his lung, leaving him in critical condition. 6 days later, he succumbed to his injuries, leaving behind an immeasurable loss and countless unanswered questions. Tupac's murder sparked a flood of theories that have persisted for decades. Some believe it was a gang-related hit, as Tupac had ties to dangerous underground forces. Others suspect it was connected to the East Coast-West Coast rivalry, with Biggie Smalls and the New York hip-hop scene possibly involved. However, just 6 months after Tupac's death, Biggie was also gunned down in a similar drive-by shooting, making the case even more complex. Some conspiracy theories even suggest that Tupac faked his own death to escape the dangers of the music industry. The release of several posthumous albums, along with cryptic lyrics hinting at his return, has only fueled speculation. Regardless of the truth, Tupac Shakur left behind an irreplaceable legacy in music. His rebellious spirit, sharp lyrics, and emotionally charged delivery continue to inspire generations of artists. Hip-hop today still bears his influence, and many musicians regard him as an eternal source of inspiration. But the biggest question remains: who killed Tupac? Will we ever uncover the truth? What do you think about Tupac's death? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss this enduring mystery. Sean Taylor, the NFL star, murdered in his own home. A tragedy that shocked the football world. Sean Taylor, a rising star of the Washington Redskins, was one of the most talented players in the NFL at the time. But on November 27, 2007, his promising career was tragically cut short when intruders broke into his home and fatally shot him. Taylor's death not only shocked the football world, but also sent waves of outrage across America due to the brutal nature of the crime. As a gifted athlete, a devoted father, and a man striving to change his life, Sean Taylor's passing left behind an immense sense of loss and sorrow that still lingers today. Born in 1983, Sean Taylor quickly showcased his talent on the football field from a young age. When he entered the NFL in 2004 as a first-round draft pick for the Washington Redskins, he rapidly became one of the league's top defensive players. Known for his fierce playing style, sharp game instincts, and hard-hitting tackles, Taylor was a nightmare for any opponent. However, off the field, he had his fair share of troubles, from heated altercations with other players to legal issues. But after becoming a father, Taylor began to change. He matured, prioritized his family, and focused more on his career. Tragically, he never got the chance to fully embrace this new path. On the night of November 26, 2007, Taylor was at home in Miami with his girlfriend and young daughter when intruders broke in. Hearing strange noises, Taylor grabbed a machete and stepped out to protect his family. But before he could react, a gunshot rang out. A bullet struck him in the leg, severing his femoral artery. His girlfriend immediately called for help, and Taylor was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Despite doctors' best efforts, he had lost too much blood. Sean Taylor took his last breath the following morning at just 24 years old. Following the murder, authorities launched an investigation and quickly identified the culprits, a group of young men, including Eric Rivera Jr., the one who pulled the trigger. Shockingly, the break-in was not a targeted attack, but a burglary gone wrong. The intruders had no idea Taylor was home, as he was usually with his team during that time. However, due to an injury, he had stayed home with his family that night, an unfortunate twist of fate that led to the tragic encounter. In court, Eric Rivera Jr. was sentenced to 57 years in prison, while the other accomplices also received lengthy sentences. Yet, even with justice served, nothing could bring Sean Taylor back. Taylor's death left a void not just in the sports world, but also in the hearts of those who admired him. His teammates, coaches, and fans paid heartfelt tributes to him, honoring the passion and dedication he brought to the game. The Washington Redskins, now the Washington Commanders, permanently retired his number 21 jersey as a tribute to his contributions. More than a decade later, Sean Taylor's story still resonates deeply. A great talent, a man striving to turn his life around, stolen away by the recklessness and greed of young criminals. What are your thoughts on Sean Taylor's heartbreaking story? Share your opinions in the comments and join the discussion on this tragic case. Michaela DePrince, the tragic life of a ballet prodigy who passed away, suddenly at 29. Michaela DePrince, one of the world's most talented and inspirational ballet dancers, passed away suddenly on September 10, 2024, in New York. Her passing at the age of 29 not only shocked the art community, but also left many unanswered questions. She wasn't just an exceptional dancer. She was a symbol of extraordinary resilience, someone who defied a cruel fate to reach the pinnacle of success. However, behind the dazzling stage lights, her life carried painful struggles. While her family has not disclosed the cause of death, her sudden passing raises concerns. Could this have been the result of years of pressure and emotional burden? Born in Sierra Leone during a brutal civil war, Michaela DePrince endured a childhood that few could imagine. She lost her father to war, her mother to starvation, and was abandoned in an orphanage. Her vitiligo, a condition that causes skin depigmentation, made her a target for discrimination. She was labeled a devil's child and subjected to cruel treatment. Yet, even in the depths of despair, she clung to a burning dream. One day, she came across a magazine photo of a ballet dancer, and in that moment, her life changed forever. When she was adopted by an American family, she carried that dream into a new world, one where she embarked on a journey to master ballet, an art form traditionally unwelcoming to black dancers like herself. Despite the odds stacked against her, Michaela DePrince rose to prominence through sheer passion and relentless determination. She pursued professional ballet training, facing racial discrimination and harsh industry biases, yet she refused to let those obstacles define her. She was once told by a teacher that she would never become a principal dancer because of her skin color, but with unwavering strength, she proved them wrong. Michaela became a principal dancer at the Dutch National Ballet, gracing the world's most prestigious stages in productions like Swan Lake and the Nutcracker. Beyond her artistry, she became a symbol of resilience, breaking down barriers to chase her dreams. However, behind the standing ovations and the admiration of millions, Michaela de Prince may have been battling invisible struggles. She had openly shared her psychological scars from the past, the inner turmoil of confronting prejudice, and the unforgiving nature of the ballet world. Her sudden passing has sparked speculation. Was it the result of overwhelming pressure that had accumulated over the years? Or is there another truth yet to be revealed? The silence from her family and close friends only deepens the mystery surrounding her death. Though Michaela de Prince is no longer with us, her legacy will live on. Her story of triumph over adversity will continue to inspire future generations. She was more than just a dancer. She was a beacon of perseverance, ambition, and proof that no barriers are insurmountable. Her graceful movements will forever be etched in the world of ballet, and her unbreakable spirit will continue to touch the hearts of millions. What are your thoughts on Michaela de Prince's sudden passing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Florence Griffith Joyner. The mysterious death of the Black Panther of the track. An unsolved mystery. Florence Griffith Joyner, widely known as the Black Panther of the track, remains one of the most legendary athletes in track and field history. She stunned the world with her extraordinary speed, setting world records in the 100 meters and 200 meters sprints, records that remain unbroken to this day. However, her glorious life came to a shocking end on September 21st, 1998, when she passed away in her sleep at just 38 years old. The official cause of death was reported as a stroke, but this only fueled numerous suspicions. How could an athlete with such a superhuman physique, who once dominated the track with lightning speed, suddenly die of a stroke at such a young age? Could there be a hidden truth behind her passing that has yet to be uncovered? Born in 1959 in Los Angeles, Florence Griffith Joyner displayed exceptional talent in track and field from an early age. She began her career with impressive achievements, but it was at the 1988 Seoul Olympics that she cemented her status as the Queen of Speed, winning 3 gold medals in the 100-meter, 200-meter, and 4x100-meter relay events. With her signature skin-tight outfits, long, flamboyant nails, and electrifying speed, she was not only an athlete, but also a fashion icon and a trendsetter in the sports world. However, with fame came controversy. Florence was constantly suspected of using performance-enhancing drugs, despite never failing a drug test. These rumors followed her even after she retired in 1989, raising questions about whether external factors played a role in her untimely death. After stepping away from her athletic career, Florence Griffith Joyner focused on artistic and fashion projects while also contemplating a return to sports. She remained in peak physical condition, full of life and energy, which made the news of her sudden passing even more shocking. According to the official report, she suffered a stroke caused by an epileptic seizure, which led to asphyxiation in her sleep. However, what raised further suspicions was that the autopsy found no traces of doping or stimulants in her system. But was this enough to silence the speculation? Skeptics believe that a deeper truth may have been concealed. A female athlete with Florence's level of physical fitness should not have succumbed to such a mysterious medical episode without warning. For years, conspiracy theories have surrounded Florence Griffith Joyner's death. Some believe that she may have been affected by undetectable substances, while others argue that the immense psychological pressure from years of allegations could have impacted her health. Some even speculate that powerful organizations in the sports industry might have intentionally suppressed the truth to protect their reputation. Whatever the real cause may be, her passing remains one of the most controversial events in sports history. And to this day, the public continues to ask, was something hidden from us all these years? Although Florence Griffith Joyner is no longer with us, her legacy endures. She was more than just an extraordinary athlete. She was a symbol of breaking barriers, of bold self-expression, and of an unrelenting drive to defy limits. Her records still stand as an almost insurmountable challenge for future generations. Yet, beyond her glory, the mystery surrounding her death remains an unanswered question. What do you think about Florence Griffith Joyner's sudden passing? Could there be a hidden truth we have yet to uncover? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Len Bias, the tragedy of a basketball legend who never got to shine. A shocking NBA loss. Len Bias, a name that once carried the weight of becoming the next great NBA legend, never got the chance to fulfill his destiny. Just 48 hours after being selected by the Boston Celtics in the 1986 NBA draft, Bias tragically passed away from a cocaine overdose, sending shockwaves through the world of sports. His sudden death not only stunned fans, but also served as a grim wake-up call about the dark side of fame and temptation. What really happened on that fateful night? Did Len Bias unknowingly destroy his own dream? Or is there an untold mystery behind his death? Born on November 18, 1963, in Maryland, Len Bias quickly showed exceptional talent on the basketball court. With an ideal physique, explosive athleticism, and a well-rounded skill set, he was often compared to the legendary Michael Jordan. At the University of Maryland, he became one of the most dominant players in NCAA history, drawing attention from top NBA teams. When the Boston Celtics, a team of legends including Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish, selected Bias as the second overall pick in the 1986 NBA draft, the world believed a new superstar had arrived. He wasn't just expected to continue the Celtics dynasty, he was seen as the future face of the NBA. But just 2 days after that dream moment, everything fell apart. In the early hours of June 19, 1986, Len Bias was found in critical condition in his University of Maryland dorm room. Doctors fought desperately to save him, but their efforts were in vain. The autopsy later confirmed that Bias had died of cardiac arrest caused by an overdose of pure cocaine. His death wasn't just a heartbreaking loss for his family and friends. It sent shockwaves through the entire NBA. How could a once-in-a-generation talent, on the verge of superstardom, make such a tragic mistake? Why did Bias turn to drugs just hours after signing his professional contract? Was it temptation? Or was there an unseen pressure pushing him over the edge? Following Bias's death, media outlets and the public were flooded with conspiracy theories. Some speculated that he had been celebrating recklessly after signing his contract, while others suspected that someone had supplied him with the cocaine, leading him down a fatal path. Friends of Bias claimed that he had never been involved with drugs before, making the circumstances of his final hours even more suspicious. His death sparked widespread investigations into drug use in professional sports, prompting NBA teams to tighten their screening processes and monitor young players more closely. But perhaps the greatest tragedy of all is that, regardless of the reasons behind his passing, the world lost a basketball prodigy before he had the chance to showcase his greatness. More than 3 decades later, Len Bias's story remains one of the most heartbreaking tragedies in NBA history. Had he lived and played, could he have reached the same legendary status as Michael Jordan? Would the Boston Celtics have continued their dominance with Bias on their roster? No one will ever know the answers. But one thing is certain: Len Bias left this world too soon, his dreams unfulfilled, and his potential forever a mystery. What do you think about this tragedy? Is there a lesson in Len Bias's story that young athletes today should learn from? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Merlin Santana, 26 years old. The tragic end of a rising star. Betrayed by a lie, Merlin Santana, a talented actor with a promising future, had his life tragically cut short on November 9, 2002, at the age of just 26. He was best known for his roles as Stanley in The Cosby Show and Romeo Santana in The Steve Harvey Show. However, instead of continuing to shine in Hollywood, his life came to a devastating end due to a malicious lie told by a 15-year-old girl named Monique King. Santana's death sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and became one of the most heartbreaking celebrity-related crimes in history. Born in 1976 in New York to Dominican parents, Merlin Santana began acting at a young age. He quickly impressed audiences with his natural talent, striking looks, and captivating on-screen presence. The Cosby Show helped him gain recognition, but it was his role as Romeo Santana in The Steve Harvey Show that truly solidified his place in the industry. At the height of his career, Santana was involved in multiple film projects and was widely considered one of Hollywood's most promising young actors. Unfortunately, fate had a cruel twist in store for him. On the fateful night of November 9, 2002, Santana and his friend Brandon Adams were leaving a party in Los Angeles, unaware that danger was lurking nearby. As they got into their car, a group of individuals ambushed them, opening fire from behind. Santana was struck in the head by a fatal gunshot and died instantly, while Adams managed to survive and alert the police. The subsequent investigation uncovered a shocking truth. The attack was the result of a false accusation by Monique King. She had falsely claimed that Santana had sexually assaulted her, prompting her boyfriend, Brandon Bynes, 23, and his accomplice, Damian Gates, 20, to seek revenge. Following the crime, all three perpetrators were arrested. Damian Gates, the gunman, was sentenced to 70 years in prison for first-degree murder and attempted murder. Brandon Bynes received a 23-year sentence for conspiracy to commit murder. However, Monique King, the instigator of the entire tragedy with her fabricated story, received only an 8-year sentence for her role as an accessory and for providing false testimony. Many were outraged at the relatively light sentence King received, as her deception was the primary cause of Santana's untimely death. Merlin Santana's passing left an immense void in the hearts of his family, friends, and fans. His colleagues from The Steve Harvey Show were in disbelief that such a bright and talented young man had lost his life over a senseless lie. Steve Harvey himself once stated that Santana was one of the most hard-working and talented young actors he had ever worked with. Tragically, a bright future was stolen from him because of a false accusation. Have you ever watched any of Merlin Santana's performances? Share your thoughts in the comments and join us in remembering a gifted actor taken too soon. Heavy D, 44. A sudden heart attack took away a rap legend. Heavy D, the legendary rapper and leader of Heavy D and the Boys, passed away suddenly on November 8, 2011, leaving an immense void in the hearts of his fans. The official cause of death was determined to be a pulmonary embolism, a dangerous condition caused by blood clots in the lungs, which can be fatal almost instantly. His passing was not only a major loss to hip-hop, but also left those who had cherished his uplifting and inspiring musical style in shock. Born in 1967 in Jamaica, Heavy D, real name Dwight Arrington Myers, moved to the United States with his family at a young age. He quickly became enamored with hip-hop and went on to form Heavy D and the Boys in the 1980s. With an upbeat, creative, and accessible rap style, The group achieved tremendous success with hits like Now That We Found Love, Somebody for Me, and Is It Good to You? Heavy D was not just a talented rapper. He was a cultural icon who helped bring hip-hop into the mainstream media. Despite his massive fame, Heavy D remained humble and devoted himself entirely to music. He didn't limit himself to just hip-hop. He expanded his career into acting, making appearances in popular films and TV shows such as The Cider House Rules, Boston Public, and The Tracy Morgan Show. His versatility made him one of the most beloved figures in the entertainment industry. But just as his career continued to shine, fate struck him with an unexpected tragedy. On November 8, 2011, Heavy D suddenly collapsed outside his home in Beverly Hills. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition but did not survive, taking his last breath at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. The autopsy later confirmed that he had died from a pulmonary embolism, a condition often caused by blood clots that form in the legs and travel to the lungs. This condition can strike without warning, especially in individuals with a sedentary lifestyle or those who have recently taken a long flight. Coincidentally, Heavy D had just returned from an overseas trip before his passing. The hip-hop community was devastated by his death. Major artists like Diddy, Jay-Z, LL Cool J, and Will Smith expressed their grief over this tremendous loss. Even President Barack Obama sent his condolences, recognizing Heavy D as one of the most influential artists in American music. He wasn't just known for his energetic hits. He played a crucial role in making hip-hop more relatable to the mainstream audience while always spreading positive messages about life. Though Heavy D is no longer with us, his music lives on in the hearts of fans worldwide. His timeless songs, energetic rap style, and radiant smile will forever be symbols of a golden era in hip-hop. Have you ever listened to Heavy D's hits? Leave a comment and join us in remembering this legendary artist. We sincerely thank each and every one of you, our amazing viewers, for your continuous support and dedication to our channel. Your views, comments, and shares have been an incredible source of motivation, allowing us to keep bringing you shocking stories, jaw-dropping mysteries, and the darkest secrets of Hollywood. Stay with us by hitting subscribe, turning on notifications, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. And we'll see you in the next video.